Let's talk about your addiction, because you're addicted to suffering and you don't even realize it. And before you click off this video, hear me out, because I'm not talking about it the way that you might think that I'm talking about it. This isn't a willpower problem, and it's not a discipline problem. And it's definitely not about you being a strong person who just needs to push through harder. And I'm not judging you. I was addicted to suffering as well as a nurse, and even after nursing. There's a real reason you keep saying that you want to rest, you want to take a break, and that you want to be at peace, but you keep going right back to the stress, overwhelm, dread, and anxiety. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what's happening inside of you, why it's been so hard to stop feeling these emotions that you feel most of the time, and what to do about it that actually works. If you're new here, my name is Mel. I'm a former nurse turned entrepreneur and mentor for the nurse who knows she's meant for more than what nursing has given her. You are used to waking up and dreading going to work, dreading your day, feeling unfulfilled, feeling unhappy, overwhelmed, and like there's always 1,000 things on your to-do list, and feeling anxiety. You're not consciously choosing this. It's just happening because that is how your body is wired. Your body is hooked on what's familiar. It's hooked on the stress, the anxiety, the overwhelm, the irritability. So emotions are chemicals. And Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this. When you repeat an emotion long enough, your body becomes chemically dependent on it. So before nursing, and years of being in nursing trained your body and your mind in a very specific way to expect these chemical hits every single day. Your body becomes so familiar with this that eventually it doesn't think of this as suffering. It feels familiar, it feels comfortable, even though it's uncomfortable. And your body will choose the familiar every single time, even when the thing that's familiar is literally killing you from the inside out. Looking back on my experience when I was a burned out nurse, I can see clearly that I wasn't just tired. I was hooked on the stress, the anxiety, and those emotions that I got so used to feeling every single day. All right, so how do you actually know if this is you? So let's talk about the signs that you are addicted to stress, addicted to suffering. A really common one is that you scroll or you watch TV or you grab your phone or you do something the moment that it gets quiet to distract yourself from sitting in the stillness. Because right now, your nervous system is so used to being in fight or flight mode. It's so used to feeling the familiar feelings of stress and the chemicals of stress that when you get a quiet moment, your body's alarmed and it feels like something is off. It feels like something is wrong and it's just not comfortable for you. The tension that you feel in your body when you're not doing something. Another sign is that you feel needed when you are sacrificing yourself, when you're overgiving, when you're overextending, when your boundaries are being crossed. And then when it's time to rest, when you sit down and rest, you feel invisible. You feel like that you're not doing enough. You feel like you need to be doing something else. And another sneaky sign is that you bring drama to calm relationships, because calmness feels off to you and you're used to the drama. You're used to the roller coaster of emotions. You're used to the up and down. So if you still with me and even one of those signs was you, drop a fire emoji in the comments. Now let's get into the part that nobody's telling you. The part that explains why you've been trying to feel good, feel at peace, to be happy, to feel fulfilled for years, but it feels like nothing is working. Your nervous system reads familiarity as safety, even if what you're familiar with is not comfortable or stressing you out. And it reads whatever's new or unknown with danger. And when you try to walk away from this loop, your body will literally kick, scream, yell, like put up a fight. Those are withdrawal symptoms. Your cells are craving those familiar emotions. And that's exactly why peace feels so uncomfortable. That's why a quiet day feels off. That's why you feel guilty when it's time for you to sit and rest. So you have to change your body's chemistry and how you're showing up. You're probably like, what do I actually do with all of this? Because everything that I told you means absolutely nothing if I don't give you a way out. So here's what works. Step 1, you're going to name what you're feeling, because naming the emotions that you're addicted to helps you break free from it. And you can't fix what you won't admit. Step 2, stop trying to think your way out. You can't logic your way out of this. You have to recondition your body and your mind. Step 3, start doing some type of somatic work. Start doing some type of breath work, some type of meditation, even dance. Dance helps move energy, like stuck energy, through your body. Sound bathing, movement, taking walks, literally anything that gives your body new chemistry and new emotions to recognize. You can't just do it for one day and be like, oh, I don't feel anything. You've been stressed, you've been anxious, you've been overwhelmed for how long? When you think about how many years you've been under those emotions, you really have to be consistent with rewiring those things. Step four is super important, to surround yourself with people that are calm, whose nervous systems are calm, who are at peace. Surround yourself with the people that you aspire to be like. The 5 people you spend most time with are who you turn into. When you're scrolling, when you're on social media, when you're watching TV and things like that, you need to consume content that shows what peace actually looks and feels like. The new emotions that you want to feel, that calmness and everything that you want to feel, requires that you have certain mirrors put up that reflect what you want to feel, instead of things that reflect that old pattern, those that burnout, that survival mode, and all of those, that anxiety and dread that you are trying to get out of. And step 5 is important, okay? Step 5 is to tolerate not feeling like yourself. Tolerate the discomfort. Is literally a part of you becoming somebody new. It's a part of you becoming a different version of yourself. Being able to sit in the discomfort is the work. That is the nervous system regulation that you're going to have to get used to. And it sounds counterproductive, but remember, it's only uncomfortable because you're not familiar with it right now. Your nervous system is so used to being in fight or flight. So once you get past that hump of that discomfort, then, and you continue to keep doing it, to keep being consistent with sitting still and with doing these 5 steps, you're going to notice a change. You're going to look back one day and be like, wow, like, this is who I am now. When you start to feel uncomfortable, when you're trying to reprogram this and rewire your mind and your body and your nervous system, just know that you're not falling apart. You're not broken, like nothing is wrong. You're going through withdrawal, and it's necessary in order for you to change. Starting today, you will start taking care of yourself like somebody who's healing, not somebody who's failing, because you're not failing at anything. If any of this resonated, if any of this hit, make sure you drop a comment and let me know which sign resonated the hardest for you, the deepest. And if you're new here, these are the type of deeper conversations that we have in this space, in this community. Nobody's teaching you about this. I had to learn about this the hard way, and now I want to share it with you because these things literally changed my life. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss out, and so we can keep going, so you can rewire your nervous system, your mind, and start building something outside of nursing that does not burn you out.